guys? I am back with a warm plate of fancy fishes for you guys again with something new. Again, I'm making a lot of content, so you're probably noticing that right now, but I'm just trying to see what's out there, what people are looking for. So we're going to make some low poly, a low poly tree here for an example, to help you get to the point where you can probably make some high poly trees. So we're going to start by scaling everything for Unreal, and if you do not need to scale, you can ignore this step depending what engine you're using. We'll do that. We'll do this 0.01, sorry. Alright, and we just kind of change the size of everything and the grid behind it to match. And it's just going to make things easier going into Unreal again, so not a big deal if you don't have Unreal. Alright, let's get started. So we'll take this block, we'll go to edges, grab all the edges. You got to trust the fishy. Alright, that does not look good, right? Oops. There we go. So let's just undo that maybe, and we'll do it a little more rounder. And you kind of have to do it that way I just showed you to get the bevels in, and then re-round it if you want to make it perfectly round, because there's no real way to guess otherwise. Maybe we'll do that. That's not perfect, but it's good enough for what we're doing. Alright. You have got your trees started. You have your trunk. So let's go up the trunk a little bit. But let's first give it a nice gap from here. And as we go up, we're going to change some things. So we want to grab the faces, sorry. And we're in edit mode. I use tab to get there. And then we're going to push E once we have the face we want. Bring it up. I'll show you a little trick. We're going to use G to grab the face that we're highlighted on. We're just going to lean it one way. Alright, that's not too bad. We're going to go S. Just go down a little bit, because our tree is going to get smaller as it goes up. Then E again. Then G again. And let's go a different way. Because trees don't always follow straight lines. They tend to go in the direction that they're getting the most sunlight. So you see a lot of trees do some weird curves and stuff. Go down a little more. E. S. E. Maybe we'll G. Move back a little bit. S. Shrink it down a little bit. I think you're getting the idea here, guys. Now you're going to want to make it your own shape. I'm just giving you an example, so if mine's not perfect, understand I'm only here to give you an example of how to do it, okay? Alright. Well, let's go up a little bit farther. And I'm just going to squeeze that a little bit smaller. Alright. Flip out of edit mode. Now we have what we call probably our trunk, right? Looking pretty good. Doesn't look too bad. A few things we can do. We can go to the bottom. We can go E down here. And then we can go S. And now, go E again. Do another S. If you're putting this where it's in the ground, you can have it kind of slope out of the ground. And if you want to make it a little different, right? Maybe we'll go on faces actually. You can do things like this, okay? Just to give it more of a tree look, basically. You just want it to be different in spots for it doesn't look exact. Like, trees are never absolutely perfect, you know, so they're usually one shape or another, side or another moves in here or there. I don't like that, so maybe we'll grab one edge instead, and we'll just go in a little bit right there. See what I mean? Just imperfections make a better tree, and you want to take your time on this stuff. So pause the video and get to the point where you're very happy with your tree. Okay, I'll assume you're done since you're back. And we'll go ahead and I'm just going to flip out of edit mode and Shift D. Copy this, bring it up, hit S, shrink it down. Now we're going to roll this over. So let's roll it over. Sorry, we'll use this. We can also do it a different way if we want to be a little more exact. Like so. But we don't. We probably want to be like 75? Yeah, around there. And we're just going to have to S, shrink that down to make it our branch. Make sure you hide our big piece here inside. If you want it to come out a little bit, it's going to give you more of a tree trunky kind of look. You see what I mean? And that's how we're going to design our tree. So I'm just going to do, for an example, they're not going to be perfect, I'm just trying to make you guys an example. I'm going to hit a 90 again, just for I'm able to move this a bit easier. 90, let's see where, nope. That didn't take me anywhere, did it? 90. Alright, we're just going to put one over here, and again, I'm just making you guys an example, so don't expect mine to be perfect. I'm not taking my time, because if I do, you guys are going to be mad at me. Say, you took too long, Mr. Fishy. So, I'm not going to do that, I'll just get to the point. Alright. Okay, we'll do one more, because that looks silly. Sorry, guys. I have to. We'll do minus 90 to make it go the other way. Alright, good job. You did it. Bury it in the tree. Make sure it's buried in the tree. Okay, probably going to want to do more branches than that, but again, we're just doing an example. So you have a pretty cool looking tree. If you're going for like a dead forest, this is what you want. Something like that, you're going to make it your own. You're going to add maybe, you can take these, duplicate them again, drag them where you wanted to, spin it around, and you could literally shrink this down and make it a branch, right? Now it's a branch in your bigger trunk, just to give it more personality, just to change it. There's an example again. I'm just making you examples. You got to do things like that. Kind of looks spooky. It's kind of appropriate for Halloween, right? Okay. Well, say, okay, I don't want a dead tree, Mr. Fishy. I want an alive tree. Well, I totally understand that too. There's a few things we can do, but first we're going to attach our tree. Grab all your branches, and hopefully you're done by now. If you're not, pause the video, grab your trunk last, Control J. So our trunk is our control point. Shift A. We're going to go ahead and make a tree. So I'm going to make a square. You can use a different shape if you're tired of my squares, but I'm going to use a square. I'm just going to kind of place it where I want it on the first branch. I'm going to hit S. I'm going to make it a little bigger. I'm going to go into edit mode. I'm going to hit B. Control B. Bring this to an even match like that. Get out of there. And I think you see where I'm headed with this. Now, to give it a little more personality, we're just doing low pixel trees, remember. Do something like this. Shift D. And then I would drag one over here. You get the idea. You start to see our tree shape. Shift D. And you just keep doing that, changing the shapes of them until you're happy with your tree. And there's some low pixel trees made fast and easy. We'll go ahead and we'll color them for you real quick to give you an example of that. Actually, let's go back out of edit mode. Let's grab our bushes, attach them to our trees. I'm sure you're going to want to have more bushes, but I just want to give you guys an example again. Then once they're all attached, flip back into edit mode, click off everything, push A. Your first color is going to be your base color, so we're going to make that a brownie color like that. I'm going to assign it. Then all you have to do after that, guys, is assign a second color. And we'll highlight the things we want to highlight. Let's go back and edit, sorry. L, L, L. You're going to have more bushes, you're going to have more branches. You can change the color of the branches if you want. But remember, you have to make a slot for the color. So to do that, you got to do what I'm doing here for everything you want to have a different color. And alright guys, we're pretty much done. Obviously the shapes could be a little different. You probably think, well, that doesn't look great here and there. You could change this and that. But I'm just giving you an example and trying to keep it as quick as I possibly can, for you guys can get into making your own trees and your own games. If you'd like to see more type of stuff like this, foliage, things like that, if you need help with something in particular, let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, thumbs up for I'll keep making you guys content, and check out my game in the link below. It's Fishton, A Town to Remember. It's a mechanical simulator. Sort of open world mechanical simulator. Anyways, if you're interested, check it out. I'd love to have you play. Let you know, or let me know what you think. Thanks, guys.